Hi everyone and welcome to a little video I'm doing on my ReMarkable notebook template. You might think, why do I need to watch a video on this in particular? If you're anything like me, I prefer listening, being an audio-visual learner rather than reading a bunch of text about features of a particular notebook or template. So I'll try to keep it succinct, but I think it's really beneficial to actually see it being used because this notebook comes with quite a few features that might not jump out to you straight away. So I'll run through all those in a moment, but just to give you the general run through of the main features of the notebook to start off with. It's quite obvious just from the aesthetic here, but you've got the side tabs, which act like a real notebook really, where you can flip to the main sections. Starting with your cover page, then we have 3 notebooks, each with 15 sections for notes within each one. And then there's a bonus section at the end, which I'll come on to in a moment. So what you generally do is you'll head to one of your notebooks, which each one you will navigate immediately to the note index, where you can write a date, the topic of that particular note. I'll go ahead and do an example here. So maybe this one is one I'm using for work. 2:15:3:14. Line manager 1:1. And then the nice part of this is all these numbers are hyperlinked. If you're not used to using templates with hyperlinks, just a reminder that you don't use your stylus for the hyperlinks. They're activated with your finger. So you go ahead and hit that there and it takes you to the note section here. I really quite like how this one looks with the layout, a small margin there. And you also have an opportunity again to add in the date or the day of the week as well, which can be useful when tracking your meetings and going back and looking at conversations, or not even meetings, just notes, thoughts you have, contemplations, things like that. And you can swipe across, but just for ease and convenience, you can also go ahead and navigate using the arrows here to navigate to the 3 additional supplement pages. And of course, you can duplicate each page if you need a bit more space, because we've all been in situations where maybe you're in a 2-hour conference or something and actually you need 10 pages. So it needs to be adaptable. So in that circumstance, you just go ahead, click on this button here, grab one of the pages in that particular section, hold it down, and you press duplicate and you can duplicate the page that you have in there. That might be just common sense to some people, but I know there's some features of the ReMarkable which people just don't even realise are there because there's quite a lot to it, I would say. So that's a quick general overview, but now I want to get into 2 main things. So the first is obviously the ReMarkable itself comes with a standard notebook, which is probably the main feature, along with the quick links, where you store your notes, your drawings, your sketches, etc. So why would you sort of get a notebook in particular for something that already comes with a bit of a format of a notebook? Well, there's 3 main reasons why, and just as a preface, I do use the normal ReMarkable notebooks as well, but I think this a template like this certainly has its place in your roster of documents that may use to just help you be organised or your day-to-day life. Firstly, it's much quicker and easier to use than using normal notebooks set in a file structure. So what you might do is you might have a main file, say it's for you're at school, in education or college, and then within that you might have your different subjects that you're doing and then different notebooks for each subject, which you can navigate to, but involves you clicking through lots of different files. Whereas in this one, you could designate a book to each particular section, or just have it chronologically for each day that you're in school. Keep your notes that way. You can go here and it's just all there, easy to navigate to. You obviously have the bonus of hyperlinks, which you don't have in a normal notebook. And you might think, well, with the notebooks on the ReMarkable, you can name them. Well, a nice little feature, one I've prepared earlier, I have designed this header specifically so you can customize it. So you might want one notebook for work, you might want one notebook for I'm setting up a bit of a side business, so I'm going to keep my notes on here, and the third notebook might be for all things family, home, health. So as you can see, I've scribbled out the section here that says notes index. So just go ahead, grab a marker or whatever pen you prefer, turn it black, and then you can just scribble this out. And then you get the idea, I'm sure. Once you're done, you write over it in a white marker, and you can customize each book for the particular topic that you like, and then go ahead and jot your notes down in there. So a nice little feature to have. One of the other ways why I would suggest it's good to have a notebook like this, in addition to the notebooks which the ReMarkable comes with, is, I'm going to be honest, I do think it looks better. ReMarkable is a great device. I absolutely love it, but I think everyone can agree the templates it comes with are quite minimalistic, and there's not a wide range of choice. You either get your basic things really, whereas this has more of the aesthetic of a notebook, and the ReMarkable is a very, I would say, it is a product that is a lot about the user experience, so it's nice to have good templates to use on it rather than just a blank page or a lined page. It's nice to have the good aesthetic to go with the good device, in my opinion. Then you've got the hyperlinks as well as part of the notebook, and it also looks like an actual notebook, which gives the paper-like experience, which the ReMarkable is obviously one of the reasons it sells so well. And lastly is the additional features. So it's not just your standard notebook. It's nice to have, the hyperlinks and the various features and the things you can do there. But there's also some additional aspects to this one, which I really quite enjoyed pulling together. So just to start off with is I've labelled it relaxing section at the back. So we've probably all had those busy days where at the end of the day or end of writing your notes, you might just want to switch off, have a bit of time to contemplate, a bit of time to unwind, do some mindful games. I think it's actually really good for mental health just to do something like this. But I've included a shading and word search activity. I love word searches. By the way, I run a Facebook group called ReMarkable Tips and Templates. And when I mentioned that I was including word searches in this, there was lots of other people who were like, oh, I love word searches as well. So I don't think I'm just on my own there. It's really nice and quite satisfying to use, and any excuse to break out the highlighter, you might prefer to do something else there. But just to take some time out of your day, to switch your brain off, look for some words, quite relaxing. So you've got your various word searches. And obviously the ReMarkable doesn't have colour, but we can do shading here. So there's various templates. Go ahead and get your pencil out, and it is really quite relaxing to do. Just go ahead and do some shading. Now I won't be doing this just now because it'll probably take me, if I want to do it properly, the best part of an hour. But again, really just quite relaxing and an actual useful tool to have with a notebook, especially if you're using it in perhaps potentially stressful situations like work, and maybe in education when things are busy. So another little bonus feature about this notebook is when you're at the header or the main landing page of each notebook, you'll see another button here that says alternative note templates. Whilst everything does come in the standard lined format, I understand that there may be varying situations where you want to sort of mix it up a little bit. Sorry, just pressing the notification that came up on my phone there. And you might want to use dots. I know some people are fans of dots. I've got small and large, grid, and then just a plain blank page. I think most of the time probably people will be using the lines, but these are available. So again, a similar principle to what we've done before. Just go ahead, tap that button, and let's say, actually I'd quite like a blank page because I'm going to be doing some sketching as part of this note. Duplicate that particular page, hold it down, and we're going to move it. Let's say I'm in my notebook 3 here. I'm just going to drop it in here. and you can select whether you want to go before or after. So this is the main page. So let's say I've got a page of lined notes and I want a blank page after. I'm just going to slot it in there. Now, the one thing to note is I haven't included the arrows on these supplement pages, so you just swipe across to it like that, because otherwise it can mess with the hyperlinks there. So you can do your notes and then you can do your plain pages as well. So really adaptable, nice and easy to do. So that's a quick overview of the notebook and some of the additional features and little bonus things about it to just make it nice and user-friendly. It's currently available on Etsy. I will drop a link below in the description. And if you have already purchased it, thank you very much. I hope you found this useful and gained insight into a little or a few additional features of the notebook that you might not have known about. Please do ask any questions that you have. More than happy to help with those, and have a lovely rest of your day.